What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and I've got something a little special today, or kind of cool. So, I have a pretty niche series on this channel where I make custom cards that are people throughout history, famous figures, important figures throughout history, and I turn them into commanders, and then kind of give some historical facts about them. It combines my absolute love of history and Magic the Gathering. And so I had an idea where, if I'm going to make them as commanders, why not actually turn them into commanders and make deck text for them? Now, I promise I'll only do about one a week, because I know it's going to be super niche and not a whole lot of people are going to watch it. Is what it is. But what I'm going to do, and what I thought would be really interesting, is if I make, a big old wheel here where I spin and it tells me which one I'm going to play. Now, all of these on here are cards that I already have completed and made. Oh, believe me, there's a whole bunch that I still have in the process of making and editing. But there are some on here that you haven't seen yet if you have watched those historical figures as commander cards. And so, without further ado, let's spin that wheel, shall we? It's so relaxing and calming. Makes me happy. Alright, who are we going to get today? Oh, we got a busted card right off the bat. We have Nefertiti. I will be right back once we have Nefertiti pulled up, okay? Okay, and so we have Nefertiti, Radiance of Aten. Aten is what the Egyptians called Egypt in their own language. She is a 2/4 for 1 generic, 1 white, 1 blue. She is a life-linking creature for all the good that a 2/4 has, and she has living divinity. We went off the beauty of her statue, and her name literally means like beauty has come. And at the beginning of your upkeep, choose a permanent type. Until your next turn, permanents of that type you control gain. Whenever this permanent becomes tapped, draw a card. And then you can tap her to draw a card. This card is busted. I designed it to be a extremely high power card. So I'll be back once I get this one built. This is going to be a high budget deck. I'm going to tell you that right now. She is hugely powerful. And you'll get to see why after I get the deck built. Be right back. Okay, everybody. This is the sort of deck that I've built. I'm using Archidect instead of Moxfield. I know I'm almost always on Moxfield, but Moxfield does not allow for custom cards. I still love it, but as you can see here, Archidect allows custom cards. So if you want to make a custom card and then play test it out with a custom deck, Archidect is the thing for you. So once again, we have Nefertiti here. She was an Egyptian queen, the wife of Akhenaten, and she very well probably ruled after his death. And in most art and things like that, she is depicted as a warrior, as a ruler, as a leader, and very well may have been one of the most powerful women in Egyptian history. Not to mention ancient history as well. So what happened during her and Akhenaten's rule is they replaced the old religion with the worship of Aten, which is the sun disk in the sky, and they destroyed a bunch of old religious structures, and then that was then erased again. It's really kind of an interesting thing how you'll see that a lot in ancient cultures, how certain deities or gods or pantheons will gain favor, but Nefertiti here is one of the most pushed of the custom commanders. I promise you all that they are not all this broken. She just happens to be busted. I wanted to make a CDH level commander, and that's what I believe I did here. So Nefertiti once again has she's a 2/4 for 1 generic, 1 white, 1 blue. She has lifelink, living divinity. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose a permanent type, and then until your next turn, permanents of that type you control gain. Whenever this permanent becomes tapped, draw a card, and then you can tap 2 to draw a card. So we could have gone a couple different routes. We could have gone a mill route, using like Teferi's Tutelage, and I can't remember what the other blue enchantment is that when you draw a card, each opponent mills 2 cards, because we can do essentially infinite draw. But I made an artifact kind of storm style deck here. We have Brain Freeze for Mill. Where is it? I'm not used to Architect, friends. We have Mind's Desire in here also with Storm. But she, as somebody so eloquently pointed out, can go infinite, functionally infinite, with Basalt Monolith, because if you choose artifacts and you tap it for 3 and untap it, you can draw through your entire deck. We put Fast Mana in here. This is not a low budget deck at all. We have Arcane Signet, Azorius Signet, Chrome Mox, Cloud Key, Ethereum Sculptor, Felwar Stone, Forsaken Monument, Foundry Inspector, Goldmer. But we also have like Mox Diamond in here, right? Mox Opal is in here. Some more 0-drop artifacts that we're able to tap. And then with it, we also have Urza in here because Urza's not busted at all. We did throw the Mind Stone from the upcoming set in here. We have Uthros in here, Simulacrum Synthesizer, so we do have a backup plan of being able to just play a whole bunch of stuff in our deck and then just pooping out a whole bunch of constructs. We used to have some Affinity. We have White Sun's Twilight, since we can generate a whole bunch of mana. Organic Extinction destroys all non-artifact creatures. I'm not going to go super in-depth on the build with these, unless you guys really want to, because I know this is super niche, and, you know, Nefertiti here isn't a real card. But if you do want her as a card, I did put the picture file on the Discord for you to download, and you can make her into your own proxy. We did drop Esper Sentinel in here. We have Mystic Forge, Sensei's Top. We also have Helm of Awakening and stuff in there too, so things get cheaper. Stroke of Genius, the One Ring, Voyage Home. And for our lands, it's a bunch of really good stuff, right? We've got Academy Ruins, Adagia, Attica Ways, Ancient Den, Archway of Innovation, Buried Ruin, Command Tower, Darksteel. So we have some of the artifact lands in here. We do have the Urza's lands in here as well. Spire of Industry. And then for protection, we have Encroaching Mycosynth. This is really good because it makes all of your stuff artifacts. So that way, when you if you have this in play and you name artifacts, even your lands tapping for mana, it generates artifacts. But Gold, Forge Sopter for some protection, Padim. I also think I put Mycosynth Lattice in here, if I can find it. Again, I'm not sure how Architect organizes everything. It just... I thought I did anyway. Maybe I didn't. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't see it. Oh, we also have Smothering Tithe in here. But let's take a look at how it plays. I'm going to tell you already, this deck is pretty dang busted. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to zoom in quick. So this is our hand. Our opening hand is Buried Ruin, Chrome Mox, Ornithopter of Paradise, Urza's Tower, Mox Opal, Spire of Industry, and Razor Tide Bridge. I'm going to keep this hand, and we're going to zoom back out, and I'm going to go ahead and draw for my turn. We got a Thran Dynamo. I'm going to go ahead and play Razor Tide Bridge tapped, and I'm going to drop Mox Opal. And then we're going to go to next turn. We're going to draw. It's really sad that I didn't draw a colored spell. But what we can do here is I can do this. Tap for 2. Drop my Ornithopter of Paradise. So now I do have Metalcraft because 1, 2, and 3. Next turn, we draw. I'm going to go ahead and draw an Urza's Tower. I'm going to drop my Nefertiti. And we are going to call that good. Next turn. I am going to name... We're going to name lands. So, first things first, I am actually going to put Mind's Desire on Chrome Mox here. And then I'm going to tap for 3. Oh, and the land I just played, 4, which draws me 4 cards. To play Thran Dynamo. I'm then going to play Esper Sentinel. And I'm going to play Ornithopter. And that should be... Oh, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and tap this and this. And I'm going to play Voyage Home. So we have more than 5, so it costs 2. I draw 3 cards and gain 3 life. So 1, 2, 3. Holy cannolis. We play this. We have affinity. All right, next turn. So on this turn, we have a whole bunch of artifacts, right? So let's go with artifacts. So first things first, I'm going to tap these two. This nets me one card because of Razortide Bridge being an artifact. I'm going to play Ethereum Sculptor. I'm going to tap to add 3, drawing a card. I'm going to tap to add blue, draw a card. Tap to add blue, draw a card. Tap to add white, draw a card. So I have 2 blue and a white. Dang, I drew a bunch of lands this turn. I'm going to play a Goldmer. Well, not much we can do this turn. It's okay, though. But we will tap her to draw a card. We'll drop a Mox, and we will discard this Plains, and we'll go ahead and tap that to draw a card. So, we have 9 cards in hand. We're going to discard a Plains and a Plains at end of turn. All right, next turn. We draw. We have Academy Ruins. We are once again going to choose artifacts. 1, 2, 3. It's just what makes sense. We bring this. There we go. So we've played 2 spells this turn. Tap to add 3. We'll go blue, blue, blue. 1, 2, 3. We'll tap to add another blue. All right. So we'll tap for white. We'll drop this. We'll use this here. And then we will play this. And we're going to get 5. So we're going to choose an artifact or creature we control and copy it. Let's go ahead and... Ooh. I'm gonna... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make 2 copies of Thran Dynamo. We still have blue floating, and I'll draw a card. With the blue floating, I will drop this. I'm going to drop a land for the turn. So I've cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells this turn. We are going to tap these, adding 6 more mana to see how this kind of works. This is free. This is free. Tap to add whatever mana. This will net us 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play this for one of the colorless mana that we have floating. We will use 2 of the blue and 2 of the colorless to play him. So we're up to like 10 for our storm count. When he comes into play, he makes ourselves a construct token. And then we will go ahead and use a mana to tap there. We draw a card. And then we're going to use this, add blue, 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 blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add 4 more. We have a bunch of blue. So then we're going to play Psy. We have a whole bunch of stuff for Psy. We just got to start playing artifacts here. Let's see. Ooh, did we fizzle? We may have. I'll use some of the mana to shuffle my library. And then exile the top card of my library, and I can play it this turn. What happened to it? Where'd it go? It's in exile. I can play it this turn. I already played land. We will draw a card. All right, that's what we need. That's what we needed. Okay. Use some of the mana. It's reduced by 1 to play this. We draw a card. We get a Thopter. We're going to tap this to draw a card. We're going to tap this to draw a card. We're going to tap our Thopter to draw a card. We're going to play Felwar Stone. It's also adding blue mana. Draw this. We're going to tap that. Thopter this, right? And as you can see, we just keep going. Tap this to add a white. We'll do that. We can drop this, which nets us a Thopter and that. So then we're going to tap this and our Thopter to draw 2 more cards. Cloud Key, naming artifacts. Tap this and our Thopter. Tap that. So we have, and I will actually use this to copy, we'll say, whatever, Cloud Key, naming artifacts. We'll tap the Cloud Key and the other 2 on 2. We still have blue. Go blue-white, Thopter, this. See what we're doing here? And so we now can just play everything pretty much for free. So you just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You play through your whole deck like this, right? You can just keep dropping stuff into play. Over and over and over and over and over. Until you eventually are like, you know what? It's time to win. So, like right now, the Storm, you keep doing this. It's very important, though, that you don't deck yourself, but we're essentially just doing that. And now the storm count's enormous, and then we just play Brainstorm or Brain Freeze, right? One thing I forgot to put in here that you should probably put in if you're going to play a deck like this is there it is, Brain Freeze. We also have a stupid amount of mana, so we'll play Brain Freeze. This will go out, this will deck someone, and then we're gonna Stroke of Genius somebody out of the game, right? We have a ton of mana. Because we can tap with Clock of Omens, right? See Clock of Omens, tap 2 untapped artifacts you control, untap an artifact. You can do all sorts of silly stuff. And so we Stroke of Genius somebody out as well. That is how the deck works. I promise you, again, not all of these commanders are going to be super busted. Yeah, let me know what you think. I will be a lot more structured. This one's the first one, so I don't really know what everybody likes and what everybody wants from it. But, as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Okay, everybody.